Hello and welcome to Kain and Company. I'm David Kain, and today I'm really excited to be joined by Valerie Vallancourt with Outsell. And Valerie, what I'd love to do is introduce the viewing audience to Outsell. And first off, tell us about the company, and then tell us about you and how you came to get involved with Outsell.
Sure, that'd be great. Thank you for having me. So Outsell drives more revenue for auto dealers by transforming how they engage customers and prospects throughout their entire life cycle.
Okay.
So we tip them off when customers are ready to engage, buy, or service. So we can tell them when they're in market based on our predictive analytics.
Wow. Well, so the automotive shopper, I mean, there's a lot of different signs. I know that when I'm shopping myself, I pull up to a four-way stop and all of a sudden I'm checking the cars that are at the other stop signs and I'm thinking, hey, that's kind of interesting. But yours is more once they start shopping online perhaps, and then that's when Outsell gets involved?
So actually we take the online and offline data from a dealership, and then we're able to predict based on their online behavior and offline behavior when they're ready to purchase or in market again.
Wow, no, that would be helpful to a dealer,
right.
No question. So what's your background? How did you become good at this?
So I've been in marketing for nearly 13 years. Started in enterprise marketing and then joined Outsell. I was recruited in from a previous manager. So it's and it's a wonderful organization, really. We live by our values and our core competencies, and it's a great culture.
Good,
so, yeah.
Excellent. So what do you think of the automotive industry so far?
It's actually a lot of fun. Yeah,
Good.
It's easy to market to. Dealers are everyone has a different personality, and I find that women are really taking a stand in the automotive industry.
So if you think about the consumer, we all have read studies where women are the key influencers. I've been married for a very long time, and my wife has a lot of influence over our decisions. I would say she influences 100%, and I might influence about 50%. But I think that's accurate, and I think it's almost comical how if you look at the crew of salespeople at dealerships, maybe 10% are women. Why is that, in your opinion, potentially a miss for the industry? What advice would you give dealers about trying to have a sales force or a service force that mirrors the buying public?
That's a great question. I think perhaps changing their culture is maybe first and foremost, and it's also changing the stigma, right, of working in a dealership. I think that people of certain generations have opinions of how they are, how they've been run, and what they're like to work at, and so I think that's slowly evolving, but it needs to happen faster, I think.
Yeah, there's no question. I am a real cheerleader for millennials, and people are all the time saying, well, it's going to be hard to work with millennials because they don't want to work as many hours, they want to have more time off with their family, they want to have more work-life balance, and I'm going, that's what I want. I love millennials. And it sounds as though that's a parallel path to women in automotive. And I think it's actually going to build a good on-ramp for not only attracting millennials, but a broader talent and more diversity in the workplace.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So any thoughts on with respect to the Outsell products and how you all have changed the way you communicate on behalf of dealers?
We consider that customers and prospects aren't just customers and prospects, they're human beings, and so you need to consider where they are in each stage of their life. And so we're able to track using machine learning algorithms, which is used by top companies like Google and Facebook and Amazon, where they serve up relevant content based on their behavior. So we are doing that with our neuromotics brain, which is the foundation of our platform.
Wow. So let's back up. Yeah. That's a word I've never heard. Right. So say that one more time and let's dive into that just a little bit.
Sure. So machine learning is it's artificial intelligence. So they're not the standard static statistical models that are being used by many vendors today. Machine learning models, they teach themselves without needing to be trained, which reduces human error, and the models learn from new data, which produce higher results.
That makes total sense. Yeah. So when you're relying on that kind of learning model. And you say that Google and other leading companies are doing it. When you go in to present that to a dealer who's sitting there going, look, all I really want are customers.
Right.
Does that give you an uplift, or does it cause trepidation on behalf of the dealers? What are you finding?
I think that most people are looking for the latest in technology because
Yes.
they know that they need to improve. They want to move away from the standard sporadic email blasts to everyone. They want to have it be more segmented and targeted to their base. So
Awesome.
we're finding that a lot of people are really intrigued, and it's been really great. So,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Well, so as Director of Marketing, it's important that we get the word out. Obviously, for our viewers, we want to make sure that they always get access to the latest and the greatest. So the customer engagement platform, Outsell, it's more of a 360, communicate with the customer through the life cycle. Is there anything else you'd like to leave the viewers with about Outsell?
Well, I think I'd like to ask these questions. What tools are dealers using right now to help them model and evaluate their database so that they can time their communications and outreach appropriately? Are they able to individualize communications across channels? And when's the last time that they evaluated their marketing solution, and how do they know it's the best one? I think it's one of those things they need to start thinking about in order to...
Wonderful questions,
yeah.
and I think that's some great advice. So what I'd love to do is obviously we'll ask dealers to write in if you'd like those kind of questions answered. It'd be good for Outsell to actually engage with some of our viewers and try to get a feel for how you all would respond to that and the kind of guidance that you all would provide.
That's great.
Well, Valerie, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm David Kain, and I appreciate you joining me today here on Kain & Company. I look forward to seeing you next time.